Hello and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you how to make your Defender go from this to this. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you about the rear quarter glass panel. I'm going to be talking you through the step-by-step guide for installing the rear quarter glass, and actually the same technique applies for the side windows as well. So when I bought my car, it was a commercial, it was a van back, it had no glass panels in the back of the car at all apart from the rear door. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you the step-by-step guide for fitting the rear quarter glass, showing you the video steps of when I did that, and also showing the exact stages you need to go through to be able to do it. Now, if you want to do this yourself, the items you can buy to do this job are down below in the description. If you're new to this channel, please click subscribe, like the video, and leave me a comment below of what you think about the video, what you'd like to see next. I am no expert at doing this. I'm a cosmetic doctor by background. However, during lockdown, I've been working on my Defender, slowly doing bits to it, as you can probably see. So if you're interested in that, check out my channel, and let's get going with this job today. I am fitting the second rear quarter window to the right side of my Defender. I did the left yesterday, as you can see here. Start things off by getting the template stuck onto the frame. What we're using today is from Masai 4x4. It's a great template that fits both sides. I did the same on the other side and then marking it with a permanent marker once that's done. So the template is now stuck on. I'm going to do the marking up, and then once we've done that, what we're going to do is take off the top hinge, and we'll probably need to also take the spare wheel off to be able to get the jigsaw in. So I've marked that out now. You can see the permanent marker just under there. It's quite difficult to get a really straight edge, but if you work with the paper and try and not distort the paper at all when you're doing it, you can get quite a good edge actually. There we have it. That is the shape of the window, which hopefully matches the one I did yesterday just there. It's quite important when you do this to make sure that you don't scratch the other paintwork. So what I like to do is put masking tape all down the sides like I've done just here. And if you do that, you just stop for when you're using the jigsaw. It doesn't end up scratching the rest of your paintwork. Next step is to use a drill to make the first hole that your jigsaw blade can go through. An important point here is make sure you're using a metal blade when you're doing this. I've got here a Bosch jigsaw, and the metal blade on this works very, very well for getting straight through this sheet metal. You can see we're halfway through the job now. That's where I started, just finished that edge off, and we're just going to do the top bit now. It's quite difficult around the corners, but just if you go very slowly with the jigsaw, you can make quite a nice finish of that. And that is the sheet of metal out. Just clean those edges and make sure they're as smooth as they can be before we start using the rubber seal. So what I also do is once I've cut it out, is just paint these edges. And the reason for doing that is because, so what I do now once it's cut out and there's a raw aluminium edge, is paint it with a little bit of paint. This is Keswick green, the same as my Defender. And by painting it, we just cover those edges, and it helps stop any corrosion or anything like that that we may have after fitting. We've now painted the edges of the metal. You can see they're just covered slightly, which just gives that protection. We've now got the rubber seal here, and what we're going to do is place the locking strip on the inside so you actually get the nicer edge on the outside. So all you do simply is put the rubber seal round, trim it to shape, and then I'm going to show you putting in the glass panel. Now there's loads of different things you can use to put the rubber in. Some people say fairy liquid. I've heard that it can damage the rubber. I use ACF 50, the anti-corrosion agent. Works really well, but also stops any rusting as well on the metalwork itself. So I've just placed the rubber seal in, as you can see. Now it's a little long, so you need to cut this, but make sure that when you do, this is really pushed back into the frame, and also leave a bit of excess because this rubber will shrink over time. So when they're factory fitted, the seal joins are on the inside here, so that's where I've put this one, and I've cut this a little bit longer, but just pushed it in, so that even when it shrinks over time will still look good. And that's the seal fitted in the window frame like that. I find the easiest way to do this is actually to fit it from the inside. Just come inside and fit it into the frame. After it's been covered in ACF 50, make it really slidey so it just slides into place. So you fitted the glass panel now, you can see all the ACF 50 on there, and that's slipped in really quite easily. I'll show you from the inside. So when we come inside as well and have a look, you can see that it's sitting inside the lip, but it isn't sitting that stable inside there. You can still see a bit of movement and it certainly isn't very fixed in. So that's why we use a locking strip, which goes into the second piece all around here, this little gap. Squeeze in the locking strip, and that will just finish the job. Now, I'm going to finish the locking strip on this side because my join for the main rubber seal was this side. So finish that side just leaves a better finish and also a bit of a tight finish for a bit more security too. This is the locking strip. It goes in this way around, so it literally fits into that groove with a push in, again a bit of lubrication, and that goes in there all the way around. You probably see now all the locking strip is in. The join I actually finished just then. Again, cut that a little bit long just so it had a bit of room to squeeze in, but also if it shrinks over time, that will be fine. From the outside, that is complete. Both windows, both sides. Looks really good. Just gonna put the hinges back on and things, and then we're all sorted. So I hope that guide's been useful to show you how to fit these rear windows. Since I've done it, it's made such a big difference from a visibility point of view, just to see out the back, and also really like the look compared to what it used to look like when it was all panelled in the back too. It was actually a really, really easy job, and although it looks quite intimidating cutting into the back of your car, actually when you get going with it, it's not too bad at all, providing you don't cut the holes too big. So next up for this car, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking of doing a video next on the tyres I've got on this car. I get loads of questions about this, what size they are, what I went for and why I went for them, because these are mud terrain tyres and I do probably do around 80% on-road driving. Next up, I think I'm going to do some window tints to the back for these panels here. It does look a bit like a fishbowl at the moment. You can see straight through it, but also from a security point of view, you can see really easily into the back. And as you know with these cars, they're pretty high on the list when it comes to them getting stolen or damaged. So I want to put some tinted windows on here. And I'll do a video when I do that as well, probably replacing some of the seals at the front as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, click subscribe, like this video, and leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys soon.